Hello and welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian. I'm on Douglas Street, and it's a beautiful day in the studio to work on some beginner bar and some bar basic exercises. I have my ballet slippers, flats, shoes, black things on my feet that allow me to slide on the floor, particularly this wood floor, just a little bit more effortlessly. Keep your socks on, make sure they have a little bit of grip. Hold on to those balance bars or the chairs behind you. And let's get started with our feet today. We'll start nice and close to the camera here. With your feet in parallel, push to that demi point of a single foot, then point to the toe and flex over on toes. Return to a point, back to that demi, and from your hip, extend forward, driving the heel down. Repeat on the other side, a demi, ball of foot, the points, the flex over. To tall, to the ball of the foot, and push your bum forward to push the heel down. Alternate sides. Now dorsiflex on that ankle, pulling the foot to the shin. Avoid using the toes. Hold for a second. Return. Alternate to the same movement on the other side. Minimize the toes. Maximize the hip ankle. Repeat one more time of each. A demi, a point, a flex, always wary of that sickled ankle, hug center, bringing those adductors into the equation, back to the point, extend the hip to grow tall, alternate to the other side, the ball of the foot heavy, the point, the flex, the point, the down, extend the hip through. One more dorsiflex or pull the foot to the shin, hold, squeeze your butt, press down, alternate to the other side, dorsiflex on the ankle. Now, be heel heavy on those heel pads now. Turn, pivot, open up to first. Check in. Great. From here, demi, point, flex, point, demi, extend the hip, heel down. Demi, point, flex, point, ball of foot, push the hip through, the heel comes down. Now, dorsiflex on that ankle, balance is a little bit tricky here. Keep your turn out, dorsiflex for 2, 1, down, alternate, cramp up tension on the standing leg, pulling up here from way up there, and press, and then one more time of keeping one leg super straight, demi, point, flex, point, demi, extend the hip, ball of foot, toes, flex over, balls, and extend the hip. From here, pull, pull, and just wiggle that out. Getting into the hips, I'll use my sidebar over here. From a tall position, tendu out to a point. An internal rotation on the hip, our inseam goes in. An external rotation, we can show that inseam up, including at the ankle. Repeat a couple more here of an internal hip rotation, keeping the standing leg strong and extended forward. And then an external rotation with a stiff knee. And from that external rotation, open up and grow towards second position. Repeat an internal rotation on that hip, hiding the inseam, and an external rotation opening back up. Down and up. And then we're going to turn that inseam down. And as you reach out towards the back, towards the back, hugging this center line truly out the back, and then flex over toes and underneath. Repeat to the back this time, starting with a hip extension, using the toes to articulate. Are the ribs and hips down? We'll talk about that in our plank. And from here, open up in that hip, reach out to that side, second position, pull into the front, flex over and underneath the hip. Repeat on the other side. Either turn around, switch sides, get in the best light you can, and the same thing now. We're tall on that inside hip, using our balance aid as we need, and we're pushing through the floor to have a single leg forward. External rotation in the hip, inseam shows up. Internal rotation, inseam down, and keep the other hip forward. Repeat one more of each. External, internal, and then one more of that external rotation in the hip. From here, open up to that second position, staying tall out here. And again, an internal rotation on the hip, External showing the inseam forward. Internal, external, and then one more internal rotation. Reach around, keep touching the floor for now as we hug to the back, keeping our ribs down. Flex over those toes, pulling under the hip. Ribs down, tension up, extend the hip to the back with a straight leg. Open up in that hip socket like a lock and key, and we'll reach around, nice and control, articulating that shape in the hip, and to pull under. The hips are a heck of a lot like our shoulder joints. Really quick, we'll work on our port de bras going forward as well. There's two main components to our shoulders. One is the blade, we need that to be stable, and the other is that ball and socket that helps us express the movement. For starts, let's get our stance in our first, arms in the first position too, and just gently shrug or talk to the scapulas as we elevate the shoulders, round or push forward, pull down, and then retract. Same thing from a side profile, a shrug, a push, a down, a back. We're going to switch your direction now. So first, set low, roll forward, shrug up, retract. Last time in that direction, roll low, push forward, shrug up, and retract. Return to a second position now. From first, move out to second. Arms in that second position. And from here, same thing. We'll shrug the shoulder, roll, down, retract. Elevate, push, down, retract. And then other direction, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back. Return the shoulder blades low. Take those arms towards your overhead and just check in with that overhead mobility and in the sense, where is the lumbar spine? Regardless of the hands, we're going to try to keep those ribs tucked underneath the hips, taking those hands towards your safe overhead and back down. Rib to hip connections for strength for the upper back and true mobility, flexibility for the shoulders as well. We'll stay standing here. We'll get to those planks in a second for core stability and nice tension down there. But first, we're going to start those ankles again, warming up with my favorite exercise, those Jane Fondus. Standing on 2 feet in parallel, press those knees towards over the toes. From here, roll up to the balls of the feet. From there, press the heels down and repeat for 3 more. Roll up to the balls of the feet and press down. Roll up to the balls of the feet and press down. Roll up. Ooh, watch that little speed wobble there and down. And then last one, roll up and down. And extend. Now from straight legs, we'll try mostly the same thing. On straight legs, tall, slow down, stiff legs. 1, toes up, slow down. Grab the heels to the floor, squeeze your glutes, extend through, and slow. And last repetition, and down. Now from here, we'll go into that low position. We'll roll up onto those toes. We'll press up tall and return straight legs. Knees to bend. Press through the toes. Extend the hips. Straight legs down. Now let's go straight legs up. Knees bend forward. Heels go down. Extend through. Straight legs up. Knees down. Drop the heels to the ground and extend through. From here, I'd like to do our first set of pliés. Grab that bar, grab the chair, feet in our first position. 4 repetitions, hand arm, hand front. We're going to pull our heels together as those knees go out and drive our feet away to squeeze back in. Pulling in as we descend low into our plié, staying between our toaster, heels heavy, and stretch. We'll go 2 more repetitions here. Spreading knees, staying in our toaster. Now push the floor away, excite those hip holsters to extend. Last one with a little balance. We'll pull the legs together to go out. From here, can we find a 4, 3, 2, 1 second balance. Heels heavy. Extend through. Return parallel. Returning to an extension of that Jane Fondu exercise. Perhaps you can grab that bar. We're going to try the same thing on our single leg. Coup de pied position. Elevate a single foot and place it at the ankle. Knee towards over toe and straighten up. Knee over toe, straighten up. 2 more of those. Knee over toe and up. And last one and up. Alternate to the other side for 4. Knee over toe, extend hips. Knees over toes. Whoa, seeing some daylight there. Got to fix that and straighten. Knee over toe and cramp. And our final one, knee over toe and cramp. So switch legs again. We'll go to that coup de pied position. And now we're looking for straight rises. Up for 4. Rise and lower. Rise and lower. 2 more, nice and control. And 1 last repetition again. Slower is harder. And down. Alternate. This is the harder leg, I think. So we're going to go up and down. Up and down. And again, use that light outrigger. Get yourself into strong positions, not vulnerable ones. That'll be our last repetition, up and down. Now we're just going to try to put that all together here. Go to that first knuckle. Here we go. We'll go knee forward, straight onto a rise, and down. Knee towards forward, rise up on a single leg, and extend to tall, and down. Other side, just 2. Knee over toe, rise with strength and hold, and return. Knee over toe, rise to the balls of feet, and return to the ground. We'll repeat 1 more set of our pliés. Find yourself on the bar. Start with your feet in parallel. Pivot on heels. Extend those hips through. And 4 repetitions of our plié, the 4th with a balance. Wherever you would like that hand again. Pulling the knees together to go low. And shooting energy away to go up. 1. Pulling adductors, groin muscles active, hips extend 2. Cramp up, make it feel like good work, push away with strength. And for the last repetition, we'll pull ourselves low, hold, find the toe balance for 4, 3, 2, heels heavy, extend the hips through, return to parallel. We've talked about forward fold in our planks, and now it's time to go there. High tension, keep the core up. Forward folding, whether this is the wall or the chair behind you, gently start with your head, neck in extension. Take a breath, looking up at the ceiling. Bring the chin towards the sternum, flexing the cervical or C-spine. Without pushing your bum back, fold the spine, round the spine, flex the spine, keeping the hips stacked over the feet. If we need to, we can bend those knees just a little bit. But again, we're really trying to make sure that we don't move the chair. Work on that as we go forward. Now, come out to that high planks position. We're on wide open hands. We're pushing the floor away with those protracted shoulders. Hips are up, bums are squeezed, and for 10 seconds, we create tension by pulling the floor together. Go. Are you doing it? Is this the hardest version of your plank that you can make it? You're only doing it for 5 more seconds, so a bum squeeze, ab brace, and then gentle knees to the floor. My first drips of sweat on the ground today. It's warm in here. That can be hard work. Let's do that one more time. Wide open hands, high hips, butt squeeze, 10 seconds, go. Go. Squeeze your bum, ribs to hips, armpits heavy, grip the floor for 3, 2. Now slowly walk those hands to feet or feet to hands and get yourself towards that forward folding position again, and pull from your core center as you stack the vertebrae. Now, adopt that first position, arms in first, nice low intensity port de bras here. Keep the shoulder blade flush to the body. It does not move. The humerus arm socket shoulder moves, not the blade. Single arm forward, look at it as it opens up and return low. Alternate to the other side, trace the fingers with the hands, with the nose or the eyes as we look around. Same thing, forward, open, and down. Forward, open, down. Now we'll move lateral. So lateral first, looking at the hand at the side, trace it to the front and center. Trace the arm with the eyes, bring the hand forward, center, and last one each side, lateral movement first. Hang off this armpit here and forward, and lateral move and forward and down. Continuing that work on the Jane Fondu, I'd like to work on kind of a movement clock rendition now. I'll do the first one on each leg, and then we'll do it together. Standing tall, bend on the knee and tendu out. Reach your leg out to the side. Reach your leg out front and extend the hip, trying to keep that leg as far out to the front as you can. Same thing from a side profile. On our single leg, we'll tendu forward, holding a squats position, reaching out to the side for a 1/1000. Then in, and keep the leg there and extend the hip. Successive reps, you might find that that leg gets millimeters, but a little bit further away from you as you go. Let's aim to do that 4 times per side, and hopefully we can do that 2 rounds. From tall, bend a single knee. In this case, I'll be using my right. Bend that knee, tendu out front. Reach out to the side. We're in that external rotation in the hip. Bring it to center, keep it there, and extend your hip to meet it. Now, same thing, we'll go knee towards over toe. We'll reach out to the side. We're trying to externally rotate in this hip here. To the front, keep it there, and extend your hip through. And last one, knee towards over toe. Open up. Keep it there and extend the hip and tendu in. Same thing on the other side. We'll give a side profile here. So from tall, we blend or flex my outside of my left leg here to have the knee go towards the front. From here, we open up to the side, hold for a second, return it to the front, try keeping it on that line as we bring the hip through, keeping the ribs down. Knee towards over toe, the leg goes a little further. From here, we'll open up, reaching sideways, bringing it back and around to center, keep it there, and extend the hip. Knee forward. Heavy on the heel here. I'm fighting to keep that heel heavy. Back to front, keep it there, extend, and knee over toe, last one on this side, out to the side, back to the front, to tall, and then tendu back in. Have a little wiggle. That's one of our new favorites here. Same deal, but we're gonna go out to the side this time. Out to the side. So rather than going to the front, we'll move lateral. Extend the hips, lateral, then hold at the front this time. Move lateral, try to keep it as far away. It will come in, but keep it out there. Let's go 3 more. Knee over toe, to the front, to the side, grow, keep it out there, extend that standing leg hip. This is rep number 3, to the front, out, extend the hip through. Final repetition on this side, out, front, balance, out to the side, extend, keeping it out there, and then that tendu close. Same thing, side profile on this side. I'll stand this way, sorry. So we're moving lateral leg first, standing leg, knee forward. Extend the hips, the knee forward, reach to the side. Bring it around to the front. Ooh, this might be my harder side, I'm sorry, I might get the chair. Then out to the side, extend the hip through. Reach to the side. That's a tricky move, bringing it into the front. Hold, lateral, extend the hip reaching sideways. 2 more repetitions here. Knee towards over toe, bringing that leg around front, out to the side, extend through. Final repetition, knee towards over toe, bringing that leg front, holding, lateral place leg, extend, and then in. Holy, that's work there. Great. So from here, we'll continue that forward fold. So using that pillar as a little bit of a guide in the back here, we'll start in our head neck extension, looking up, making sure we don't get too much sweat in the eyes. And then flex the head neck, chin to the sternum. Continue your fold forward, keeping the hips stacked over top of those ankles, ending up in your fold. Walk hands or feet forward to establish your high planks position. And from here, squeeze your bum, brace your core, and go for 10 seconds of making this a really hard plank. Squeeze your bum, straighten your elbows, grip the floor, and for 3, 2, gently on those knees. Take a second off. Keep the spine in extension, which is, say, this shape here. Avoid the child's pose. If you're doing the child's pose, we need to do other things. So stay in extension as much as you can. Lengthen out, high planks position, cramp up, and go. Pulling those armpits down, squeezing your bum, bracing your core, and holding for 3, 2. Soften knees. From this position, keep the tailbone long if we can. Walk back, then we can start to flex or round out, and we pull back up to tall. We'll get back into our port de bras. So let's get to first. From first, we'll get second. Second arms out to the side to start. This time, look at a hand and go low and center and back. And don't let the other arm move now. So same thing, low, center, and back. And what's that shape like in the other side? Can you feel it? Low, last one on this side, low, center, and back. Now keep that there, get that shape the way you think you want it. I should be a little bit more like that clothes hanger there, I can see that. And now looking at my left, I'm gonna go low, look straight, and trace. As my shoulder blade sits flush, I can feel myself hugging in, stabilizing through my shoulder, and looking. And we'll go last one here, down, forward, and open, and close. And wiggle, always with that wiggle. Great, we have one more exercise here, and we're gonna, one more set of exercises. We're gonna integrate it with our balances in first and second position as well. Grab yourself on a bar, make this exercise about a little bit of balance, but more strength in the core and the hips. Use that balance aid as we need. Let's do it. Coup de pied, we've explored that position already. Toe to the ankle bone on a standing leg. From here, extend the leg, hold, 1/1000, and in. Repeat that at that level if that's the challenge for you. Quads, hip flexors, standing legs, you can feel it all. Check in with how that goes. If you're ready for the advancements, let's progress towards a retire, or the knee position. And again, from here, we'll extend the leg and hold for 4, 3, 2, bend the knee, return to retire. Do you have retire point 2? Do you have a slightly higher retire, maintaining our hips level? If we do, let's hold and extend that leg, keeping it there for 4, 3, 2, and bend. Is there one more in there? Last one, could we flex that hip millimeters higher, keep that toe point, stay tall in that standing leg, extend out front, pointing through the toes, With control, bring it back in to retire and extend the hip to standing. Same thing on the other side. What leg felt that the most? The gesturing one that was doing the work, or the one that was stable and on the ground and letting you do that work up top? Both are the right answers, but look for ways to feel that in the standing leg too. So starting in our coup de pied position at the ankle, extend those hips through, maintain level, and extend at the knee and hold for 2, 1, and in. Repeat at that height as needed. Follow me to retire if allowed. At retire, we have our hips level, cramp up, and again extend and hold for 4, 3, 2, with tension control, flex the knee, reestablish hips to level, cramp up, perhaps find that extra gear, flexing the hip, and extend for 4, 3, 2, and then in. We're gonna do that one more time here. Compressing that hip socket, tall, tight abs, and nice control on that extension of the knee, holding in space for 2, 1, and bend with control. Extend the hip to low. Find yourself in an open space now. Pivot on the heels, getting to your first position. Keeping the hands low, press down to go up, and hold for 10. To make this harder, integrate the eyes of the port de bras or the arms, or both. Slowly return, heels together. Shake that out. Final movement on the bar here. Same as before, except from the front, we'll be moving out to the side. So stand on that inside leg, light grab onto the bar. Pull to coup de pied with the toe touching that ankle bone, a lateral facing knee, and forward facing hips. From that position, stay tall on the standing leg, reach out to the side, and hold for 2, 1, pull in. Repeat at that level as needed, or follow me towards retire and hold out there for 4, 3, 2, slow flex or slow bring in. Stay at that height, lower if you need, or rise if you feel you have more room and strength. And from that new position, extend on the knee and hold for 3, 2, slow in. Extend those hips, stay tall for one last repetition here, and extend for 4, 3, 2. Ooh, that was a little bit quick. There we go, pulling in, closing, extending the hip. Alternate to the other side. Last movement on the bar, finish with strength. Is this the easy side, the hard side? They're both good sides, so it's not good and bad, but one might be easier than the other. Let's try to figure that out. Coup de pied position, tall in the inside leg. Open up to second. We have forward-facing hips and a lateral-facing knee. The knee stays in the same position as we extend at the knee, holding for 2, 1, and pulling in, touching the ankle. Repeat at that level. Follow me up. Coup de pied to retire. The knee stays the same height. We extend through the leg, pushing those hips forward as well, and slow tension back in. 2 repetitions and 2 more to go. Perhaps higher. Extend the hip. Lengthen out through the backs of those legs, pointing through the toes for 2, 1. Ooh, cramping. And in. We have 1 more repetition here. Set up just right. Extend those hips forward. Open up that knee. And let's just go at that height right there. That looks a little bit strong. I like it, a little bit shaky. Holy, 3, 2, slow in, close, and down. Whew. Thank you very much for following along with today's bar practice. Some new moves, some old favorites, and always work. Find ways to make those simple skills challenging use the balance aid, and use regressions where needed, and progressions where you can dream to go. Thanks for following along. My name's Ian. Bars and Bells. Train simple. Stay strong. Visit barsandbells.com for membership and subscribe on YouTube. Thank you. Have a good day.